Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler, head currency analyst. In this video we're going to talk about New Zealand US dollar as the price looks to be continuing to the downside. Now we do have some interesting data coming up for the US. We have some CPI figures coming up towards tomorrow actually, and we also have the RBNZ rate statement. So RBNZ looking to hike interest rates from 2% to 2.5%, and we have some other data like the CPI data out tomorrow, which could affect the US dollar, which, you know, forecasts are actually suggesting we're going to see higher inflation, which could mean to a stronger US dollar. So I just wanted to point out a couple of levels that price could be bouncing between going into tomorrow's session. Now, in the week ahead analysis, we talked about the potential for price to trade out of the range that it was trading within last week. And it looks like we're doing that now. And on a monthly chart here, we can see that we're obviously in a downward trend. The market is making those lower highs, lower lows, and we're heading towards an area where buyers have been in the past, okay, which is around about this 0.5938 zone, just around through there. So looking for potentially for price to extend down into this zone. Now, price has broken through last month's low, so looking for the continuation of that to the downside. If we look at it from the 4-hour time frame and just zoom out a little bit, the zone that we were talking about last week was this one. Okay, so price at the moment has broken out of that area. We can clearly see that we've traded below that point. Price consolidated below that point. We have driven back into the level, which is interesting. So we could see a move back up to the range, but overall I think that the US dollar strength could continue to drive this market towards this area here. So if I just zoom in a little bit, what I'm going to be focusing on is some key areas where those sellers have been in the past. Now, a lot of support and resistance stuff is when price breaks through a prior low, you look for the retest and then you look for market to continue to the downside. I like to look at it as more on a supply and demand basis, as well as where did that selling pressure come from, because the people that are going to be turning the market are going to be the ones that have large capital to play with. They're the ones that add in significant contract short at these positions, for instance, and to see the market drive to the downside. So in theory, if price was to come back to this area here, would we see selling pressure again? Will we see those same contracts form? Will those sellers that have been selling at these levels defend this point and push price to the downside? That's what I'm looking for if price was to come back up into this zone. So I'm actually going to mark out a level within that zone, 61.90. Reason being is because price, if we refine it down, has some opens and closes in there, has this spike in here, which is what I'm really most interested in. So if the RBNZ news is good and the New Zealand dollar spikes on that day, so we could see price come into that 6190 area where we could see a continuation to the downside. Alternatively, what you could be looking for if the dollar strength is going to continue is for price to break these lows. And if the price was to take this low out, we could expect maybe a retest and a continuation to the downside. And the retest I'd be looking for is back around this area here, where we are starting to see those sellers come back into the market. So keep an eye on Kiwi dollar. We have a lot of data out tomorrow. We've broken this range, looking for further downside. 6190 might be key on any kind of spikes to the upside. Could see some selling pressure re-enter at this point. Thanks for watching this video update. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel to see some more Forex trading content, and I'll catch you in the next video.